Hi. Um, I wanted to take time to make this video clip to basically talk about, the steps I took to release things like body tension and, psychological tension. I think right now in our life, it's a great time to talk about things like this because, we all know very much, the high stress level that's going on in the world. And I think it's filtering into, our life. It's happening to all people. They all feel a high level of tension, to some degree. And, when I felt it inside of me, I started to figure out how critical it was to have time where, you don't do anything at all. You have some silent time to be able to reflect on your life and everything that you're doing, and everything that you feel comfortable with and not feel comfortable with. And you get, hopefully at least a half hour or, maybe even more than that, for each day to have silent time, uh, to be able to sit and just basically relax. It does so much good for you because, peace of mind can't really enter your life unless you have the space and room for it. I think that we have too much clutter, and I think it starts in our minds. We have way too much clutter going on inside of our head, and that doesn't leave much room for anything, uh, calm or I'd say positive. Um, I think the first step that we all should take is to always try to get some silent time, and I think that this applies to all age levels. I mean, I think teenagers definitely need this. They might need it, more so, than all people because they're always wound up and they need so much, to do, and they have a lot of expectations on them, and they also have a lot of expectations that come from their own mind. Me being a young adult male, soon to be 24, I need it, a whole lot because, the life cycle of trying to get better in life, that never ends. But, you reach a lot of challenges, and sometimes you need time, to have no noise at all, and, to have nothing that's in front of you to, further perpetuate your stress level, and especially on a psychological level. I mean, I think we're all guided by our psychological um, um, insight that we put into our life that we're going to follow, because that all starts in the mind. But, some experiences that I wanted to talk about as far as what, sitting practice has done for me was it definitely uh, allowed me to quiet myself down. Like even if I had, psychological tension, or let's say I had a lot of, noise going on inside of me, or, racing thoughts going on inside of me, or maybe just some ideas or beliefs that went against having peace of mind. We wouldn't know these things unless we had time to look at that, and now that we get time, to sit ourselves down and see how that's all manifesting, we can have a better way to go about trying to get rid of those things, at least for one day anyway. We're not perfect. The next day we'll wake up, we'll have a busy day, and, something else is going to, trip us up, psychologically, and we'll see how that's going, to interfere with, being peace. Um, but, again, the first experience that I had, like when I first sat down a couple years ago, it was age 22, I believe. Just back in '07. The first thing I realized was how chaotic my mindset, was. And naturally I thought, well, since this is not good, something must be wrong with me, and there's something that I need to do about this immediately. But, there's a much more practical way to look at it. You don't have to say if there's something wrong with you. I think the most important thing is to tell yourself, that it's okay. And, the next step would probably be to just try to have a peaceful way to go about, just silently sitting yourself down and just allowing all your tension to just, release itself, because it's basically just blocked energy, and this applies on a bodily level and also on a psychological level. So, being that it always comes down to how you manage your energy, you can get a better way of trying to just let it all pass. Let your mind have the thoughts that it has, but you try not to label what your mind is telling you. You just try to constantly be aware, so that way when you have tension, you can let it go. If you need to talk to somebody, please talk to somebody. If you need to talk to a professional, quote unquote, please talk to one. If you just want to talk to yourself, that's probably the best way, because you're always doing that anyway. That was another crucial thing that I figured out, was how much personal dialogue goes into how you direct yourself in your day-to-day life. Excuse me. So, with all that being said, the best thing to always do is to get a better, sense of what you think and how you feel. And, I say after about a solid month of, practicing this, you develop, like a much more conscious lifestyle, and this will always seek to work for itself, to release things like problems and tension and discomfort, and it always allows room for positive thinking, and always allows room for positive activity, positive diet, or I don't want to say healthy diet, which will make you feel positive. I think we consume things on a psychological and physical level that block ourselves, and that's not good. It causes us to be stuck, and we can no longer go with the flow of everyday living. So this is my first clip on, sitting meditation. Of course, I went over some things that were, basically fundamental, I think. And, that's what I like to do, is keep everything, practical. So I hope that this was helpful, to some of you that might actually get, to see this, and hopefully that I made perfect sense. Sometimes it's hard to make sense when you first start, to do this kind of thing. You go up on a camera and, you're by yourself and you want to discuss something that that other people will see. I didn't really plan for what I was going to say. I just knew that the basic idea for this video clip was to help people relax in a calm manner, and that they could, get some silent time to release, the tension that they might have. Because we all have it, especially right now. Life is hectic. The economy's down. A lot of us don't have that much money. A lot of us have to manage ourselves the best we can. A lot of us have to help other people, and some of those other people aren't very helpful, like in return, but some are. So there's a whole lot of crap going on, like, for lack of better terms. I'm not trying to make this a commercial thing. I'm trying to make this, like I said, just, fundamental. So I hope that, this was, helpful, and tell me what you think. Okay, God bless. Take care.